In my early 40s, I felt I'd stayed too long, for fear to let a shard poke past shadowy aghast, as if a race I was on my last lap. Older than I would laugh so hard they'd cry, but why? I felt stuck in a trap, still didn't know or intentionally set. Who knew I'd power to reclaim, far greater than then my aim? And a world and an ocean would never be the same. It's just another once-believed lie that kept knocking me out to subside. Don't dare step outside these perimeters. Barometers falsified levels of safety's depth. I was a wife kept under lock and key, of ignoring very real needs, ushering in fine breeds of hymns and cheese, troughs filled with relics of meals, handmade appeals, back a bit further. You could scarcely see, I could barely breathe. If scored by effort, I'd make all A's. Was sure to try fresh squeegees of lemonades made. Bright optimism where gloom was better suited. For the graveyard where evil looted. Root work, while domesticated, I surely never shirked. Machine-sewn shirts, booties, and dresses grew my pixie into long tresses, pressed upon my youngling proper etiquette, trying delicately to appease a dungeon's dragon hiding his scales. Muffled wails, I cleared quicker than the table. Full-bodied, trauma was able. Stables housed horsing round that went too far. The sealed and canned, the contents not of our jars. I was trying too hard. Lard in the skillet. I willed it so, I will never let go. Trusting biblical error to support a riverbed short. Children I love fell into wells deeper than Margot. Marshes trenched me in slippers of silk, undaunted as elk. Pretending is more what it increasingly felt. Liking enough what was unacceptably gruff. Marital rape isn't necessarily rough. Movies never showed what I put up with was to be thrown. Society upheld his, but never my groans. Equal partners beheld the signage hanging in sills of pain. After attempts beyond 100, it went always the same. Onslaughts, suggestions. I was deranged, for he presents as my stolen golden. Yet I knew nothing of habitual, magical hocus-focus. Warring with spirits sent to fetch my opal ball, I played small and fairer than he deserved. Home-cooked dinners rightly served. Thankless were unjust desserts. Desert wasteland bound in hides of camel and suede. Unfit were my mask for the madman's charade. I was yet to be self-made, stamped, pimped. It feels about the same. Cared too much for the lame. Attention given to win him was brutally insane. I left when he kept on as I lay there crying. Reflection upon reminders of 11 years old. Was I raped? He used me like a drugging vape. How to escape? Leaving my kids was done in increments, as he controlled all monetary assets. Hitman for my life was a turn in the story of being his wife. Shockwaves, electrified truth boots where I had been destitute to see. Now I march strategically. Midnight blue like a dress I used to own. Woolen blend I'd sewn. Are you up for the battle now that you understand the war's been 30 years going? Truth bombs kept growing. You want to see how easy it is to let go? When realizing it had always been a lie? He plotted my murder look like suicide? Paradigm shifted from first to seventh gear. Fear leapt away as my ancestors came near. What the hell's been going on all these years? He was more predatory than I ever suspected. Porn addictions and affairs were drops in the bucket of his diseased underwear. Incest, child molestation, flying heights of great aviation. I had tried salvage sewage rotten to cores lightless beyond comprehension. Money-hungry scammer hired by my parents, who barely brushed his teeth and lived in his pajamas. Nothing about him showed any evidence of greed, except how he'd overeat. In full bleat, I kicked up debris of misbelief, knocked this worthless thug into oblivion, and won.